You ever wonder how some brands just seem to get you? It's not some kind of magic, I promise. It's all about a strategy, and it's called the marketing mix. Today, we're going to dig into how this whole idea started with the classic 4Ps and grew into the 7Ps that really define modern marketing. Let's jump right in. Yeah, think about it. The price of your coffee this morning, where that shop is located, even the ads you just scrolled past on your phone. None of that is random, not at all. It's all part of a very specific plan, a kind of recipe for success. And that recipe is the marketing mix. Okay, so what is this marketing mix exactly? Well, the best way to think about it is like a toolkit. It's the combination of tools a company pulls out to market its product or service in just the right way. You get that mix right, you've got a bestseller on your hands. But if you get it wrong, yeah, not so much. So where did this all start? Well, our story begins with the original blueprint, the framework that literally defined marketing for decades. We're talking about the classic 4Ps. This was the foundation, and it was built for a world that was all about physical products, stuff you could actually hold in your hands. This whole thing was introduced by a guy named E. Jerome McCarthy, and his model, it was built on four super simple but really powerful pillars that pretty much any business selling a product had to nail: product, price, place, and promotion. So let's break them down, one by one. All right, first up, product. This is the easy one, right? It's the what. What is the company actually selling? But hold on, it's way more than just the physical thing. It's the design, the cool features, the brand name, the quality, the whole shebang. Think about your smartphone. You didn't just buy a phone. No way. You probably chose it for its amazing camera, or how it feels in your hand, or because you trust the brand. That entire package, that's the product. Okay, next we've got price. And listen, this is not just a random number slapped on a tag. It's a huge strategic signal. It's about discounts, payment plans, how you stack up against your competitors. The bottom line is, the price has to feel right to you, the customer. It has to match the value you believe you're getting. Then there's the third P, place. This is all about one thing: access. How does the product actually get to you? Is it in your local shop? Can you click buy now on Amazon? Does it go through wholesalers? See, finding the right place is all about making it super easy and convenient for people to find and buy what you're selling. And the last of the original four is promotion. This is the fun part. It's how you tell the world what you've got. We're talking everything from your social media ads, to those big TV commercials, to public relations. The whole point? To get your product on people's radar, persuade them to give it a shot, and then, keep reminding them you exist. So, for a really long time, the 4Ps were it. They were the undisputed champs of marketing strategy. And they worked. They worked perfectly for a specific kind of world. But then things started to shift. The whole marketplace began to change, and this brilliant framework, well, it started to show some cracks. And it all came down to this one crucial question. Sure, the 4Ps are fantastic if you're selling a car or a can of soda, something tangible. But what happens when you're not selling a physical product? What about a haircut, or booking a flight, or opening a bank account? See, the whole economy was changing under our feet. Service-based businesses, think banks, hospitals, airlines, even schools, they were absolutely booming. And these companies weren't selling stuff you could put in a box. They were selling experiences, systems, and their own expertise. And for this brand new world of services, that old 4P toolkit, it just wasn't cutting it anymore. It couldn't really capture all the little details that go into selling an experience. It was clear. It was time for an upgrade. And that right there brings us to the modern upgrade, the extended 7Ps model. Now, this wasn't about throwing the old model out, not at all. It was an evolution. It added 3 new, totally crucial dimensions to the mix, specifically to handle the unique nature of services. So the first new P is a big one: people. Think about it. When you're dealing with a service, the employees are, in a lot of ways, part of the product. That barista who knows your order by heart, the super helpful person on the customer support line, their skills, their attitude, it all shapes your entire experience. And you know this is true, the impact is massive. You could be eating the best meal of your life, but if the waiter is rude, the whole thing is ruined. On the other hand, you could be in a pretty standard hotel, but if the staff are incredibly friendly and helpful, you walk away feeling like you had a 5-star experience. That's how powerful the people element is.
All right, moving on to the sixth P, process. This is all about the how. How is the service actually delivered? How easy is it for you to book that appointment online? How smooth is the checkout process when you're buying something? All those little steps, the entire system from start to finish, that's the process.
And this is exactly why process is so critical. A great process, you don't even notice it. It's seamless. It just works. But a bad process, oh, you notice that immediately. A clunky website, a ridiculously long line, it's instant frustration. And it's the kind of thing that makes you go, you know what? I'm going somewhere else. And that brings us to our seventh and final P, physical evidence. Okay, so a service is intangible, right? You can't touch it or hold it. So as customers, we're always looking for clues, for tangible proof that this service is any good. This could be anything: the design of a company's office, how clean a restaurant is, the professional uniforms the staff are wearing, anything you can see and touch. Really, what this all boils down to is trust. You can't see a surgeon's skill, but you can see if the hospital is clean and modern. A slick, well-designed website makes you feel like an online store is legit. All this physical evidence gives you something to hold on to, something that builds that trust that is just absolutely essential for any service. Okay, so we've gone from the 4P's all the way to the 7P's. But so what? Why does this whole evolution actually matter today, for businesses and for us? Here's the simplest way to put it. The old 4P's, they were all about the product, but the 7P's, they're about the entire customer experience. It's a huge shift from just selling a thing to creating a complete, satisfying journey for the customer. And you can see why this is more important now than ever, right? We, as customers, expect so much more these days. We don't just buy products, we buy experiences. We expect seamless service, personalized interactions, and overall value. The 7P's, that's the playbook for making all of that happen.